How many times have you been told that the secret to peace of mind is simply working harder? We grow up believing the polite lie that if we just push more, do more, and earn more, the chaos of our lives will eventually settle into a neat, organized line. We are told that stress is the price of success. But what if I told you that being busy is actually a form of laziness? It is a lazy surrender to the loudest person in the room or the most urgent notification on your phone. Most people aren't living their lives. They are simply reacting to a series of accidents. They are drowning in shallow water because they refuse to stand up and look at the shore. Today, on Lifelines, we are putting an end to the reactive slavery that is draining your potential. We are going to stop bailing water out of a leaking ship and start rebuilding the hull. We are moving from a state of constant emergency to a state of strategic mastery. Because the truth is, the world doesn't need more busy people. The world needs people who are in command of their own existence. Look at the people around you. They are exhausted, not because they are doing too much, but because they are doing too little of what actually matters. This is the difference between context and information. We are bombarded with information every second: emails, texts, news, social media. But without context, all that information is just noise. It's like trying to build a house by having a truck dump 10,000 random bricks on your front lawn. You have the materials, but you don't have a blueprint. You're not building, you're just digging yourself out of a pile of debris. This is why the old way of just getting things done is failing you. It lacks a system. Without a system, your brain is forced to act as a storage locker instead of a processor. And your brain, as brilliant as it is, was never designed to remember where you parked, what time your meeting is, and your long-term life goals all at once. Think about the rule of 7. Psychology tells us that the average human can only hold approximately 7 items in their short-term memory at one time. 7? That's it. Now, think about your to-do list. Think about the open tabs in your mind right now. You're trying to remember to buy milk, reply to that client, fix the sink, and somehow find time to pursue your passion. You are redlining your internal processor. When you exceed that limit of 7, your brain starts dropping things. But it doesn't drop the unimportant stuff. It drops the high-level thinking. It drops the important but not urgent tasks that actually change your life. This is why you feel like you're running a race but staying in the same place. You are the archer without a target. Imagine a stick figure in a vast field, eyes closed, firing arrows as fast as he can in every direction. He's working hard. He's sweating. He's exhausted. But he's hitting nothing because he has no target. He's shooting without looking. That energy isn't impact. It's just motion. And then there is the backpack of stones. Imagine a stick figure trying to run toward a golden horizon. He's motivated. He's fast. But strapped to his back is a massive bag filled with heavy, jagged stones. These stones are the human chaos in your life. The toxic relationships. The people who constantly bring you their problems but never their solutions. And the unorganized commitments you made out of guilt. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your path, you are putting another stone in that backpack. You wonder why you're tired by noon. It's not the work. It's the weight. You are carrying other people's disorder and it's dragging your feet into the mud. To fix this, we need to understand context switching. Think of your brain like a high-performance engine. When you are deep in a task, the engine is hot and running at peak efficiency. But every time you stop to check a quick notification or jump to an unrelated task, you turn the engine off. Then you have to turn it back on and wait for it to warm up again. This is the tax you pay for being disorganized. Science calls it recalibration time. You might think it only takes a second to check a text, but it takes your brain nearly 20 minutes to get back into a state of deep focus. You aren't losing seconds. You are losing hours of your life to the friction of your own indecision. So, how do we stop the leak? How do we lay the tracks for the high-speed train of our ambition? We start with phase 1, the fireworks brain dump. Your head is a terrible place to store ideas. It's a place to create them. We need to move everything from your mind to a second brain. I want you to imagine a fireworks display. Thoughts are exploding in your mind. Chaotic, bright, and messy. The goal isn't to organize them yet. It's just to catch them. Use a piece of paper or a voice-to-text tool on your phone. Don't edit. Just dump. If you're worried about the bills, write it down. If you want to start a business, write it down. If you need to clean the garage, write it down. Use modern AI tools to help you. Take that chaotic mess of text and let an LLM categorize it for you into doubts, tasks, or projects. Suddenly, the monster in your head becomes a list on a screen. And a list is something you can conquer. Once the fireworks are captured, we move to phase 2, filtering via the Eisenhower Matrix. This is where we distinguish between moving the needle and just feeling busy. Draw a square and divide it into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is urgent and important. The fires you must put out. Quadrant 3 is urgent but not important. Other people's interruptions. Quadrant 4 is just a waste of time. But Quadrant 2, that is where the magic happens. This is the important but not urgent zone. This is planning. This is learning. This is building the systems that eventually put out the fires in Quadrant 1. Your goal is to identify your big 3 every single day. These are the 3 things that, if completed, would make today a win regardless of what else happens. Do these before the world has a chance to interrupt you. If you win the morning, you win the day. Phase 3 is about building your digital and physical architecture. You need a system you can trust so completely that your brain can finally stop rehearsing tasks. If you are constantly thinking, "Don't forget the meeting at 4," you are using mental energy that should be used for the meeting itself. Use Google Calendar for anything that is tied to a specific time. Use tools like Trello, Asana, or Notion for your projects. These are the steel tracks for your train. Use AI-driven scheduling to batch your tasks. Don't answer one email every 10 minutes. Answer all your emails in one 60-minute block. This eliminates context switching and gives your brain the recalibration it craves. Phase 4 is the environmental and relational deep clean. Look at your workspace. Is it filled with visual noise? Every stray paper, every unwashed cup, and every tangled wire is a micro-distraction pulling at your attention. Clean your environment so that the only thing in front of you is the task at hand. But more importantly, clean your relationships. Set boundaries with the draining people. You are not a social garbage can. You are not obligated to carry the weight of people who refuse to walk on their own. If someone is a stone in your backpack, it is time to set the bag down. This isn't being cold, it's being intentional. You cannot help anyone if you are crushed under the weight of their disorder. Finally, Phase 5, the admin rituals. A system is not a one-and-done event. It is a living thing. You need a weekly admin day. Spend 1 or 2 hours every Sunday reviewing your deadlines, clearing your inbox, and resetting your mental state. Plan each day the night before. When you wake up, you shouldn't have to wonder what to do. You should wake up with mental armor, knowing exactly where your energy is going. This ritual is the glue that holds your life together. As you implement these steps, you will feel a shift. You will move from the leaking ship, where you are frantically bailing water just to stay afloat, to a state of abundance. You might think that being organized is boring or rigid. You might think it kills your spontaneity, but the opposite is true. Order is liberation. When you know your bills are paid, your projects are on track, and your big 3 are done, you have the peace of mind to truly be present. You have the freedom to be creative because you aren't haunted by the ghosts of unfinished tasks. Organizing your life is an act of deep self-respect. It is the intentional documentation of your existence. It is a declaration to the universe that your time is valuable, that your energy is finite, and that you are the master of your own destiny. You are moving from a scarcity mindset, where there is never enough time, to an abundance mindset, where time is a resource you deploy with precision. Imagine your life as that high-speed train again. Without the tracks of organization, your motivation, the engine, is just going to cause you to dig a hole in the dirt until you tip over and burn out. But with these tracks, with your big 3, your AI tools, and your routines, that same power will carry you across continents. The journey doesn't end here. Organizing your day is just the beginning of reclaiming your story. This week, your mission is simple. Perform the fireworks brain dump. Externalize the chaos. Find your big 3. Stop shooting without looking and start laying the steel tracks for your future. You have the power to turn your human chaos into a masterpiece of order and impact. Today on Lifelines, we've laid the foundation. We've built the tracks. But the journey of a master is never ending. In our next episode, we are going to dive deeper into the world of intentional documentation. We will explore how to not only organize your tasks, but how to capture your life experiences in a way that brings lasting meaning to the systems you've built today. We're going to talk about the perfect salary cycle, a way to look at your resources that will change the way you view work and freedom forever. You have the tools. You have the blueprint. Now you have to do the work. The chaos is behind you, and the path is open ahead. The pen is in your hand. Draw your own path. I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll master the perfect salary cycle and unlock the next level of your freedom. Stay sharp, stay intentional, stay on the line.
Lifelines. Draw your own path.